Good morning, children. We are back with something new which we are going to start after exercise 1.3. Up to 1.3 we have done, and that was almost revision part for you only. Now we are starting with something new, that is Roman numbers. Roman numbers or Roman numerals are the things which in the ancient time Roman people used to use uh, these alphabets to represent different numbers. Romans were the people who used to live in a city or a place named as Rome. So their people used to represent the numbers by using different letters, alphabetical letters. So that system is now also is being used many a times. We are not using it at high level, but for something or some place we used to see it. So let's see what is there and what is to be learned in your class for your syllabus. What is there? Roman numerals, I think this you may be knowing that for 1 we used to write I, then for 5 we used to write V, then for 10 we used to write X. I think up to this you know, and this you may have seen that we are using all these representation, the symbols of Roman numerals in our school also to represent our classes. Now you are going to learn something on additional level, that is 50 is can be represented by L, then 100 can be represented by C, 500 by D, and 1000 can be represented by using M. This is the thing, but you are supposed to learn up to L only, that is 50 only. About 100, 500 and 1000 we will learn in a higher class, so we will study up to this part only. Okay. Now 3 rules for writing the Roman numerals are, which you have to keep in mind, and this you have to write in your notebook also. The first rule is rule of repetition, then rule of addition and rule of subtraction. These 3 rules you have to write in your notebook also. I'll send you the photographs of this and you have to copy in your fair book. Okay. First rule, let's see what is there. Rule of repetition. When a symbol is repeated twice or thrice, its value is multiplied by 2 or 3 times. What they are saying, if any symbol, that means if any letter which is used in Roman numerals is repeated twice or thrice, its value is multiplied by 2 or 3 times respectively. Let's see one example, then we will be more clear about this. Suppose the Roman numeral is M, and we are knowing that M stands for 1000. So if the Roman numeral M is written 2 times, you can see here it is written 2 times. So if I know the value of 1 M is 1000, so if it is written 2 times, I will multiply it with 2. That is written in your rule, that is multiplied by 2 or 3 times. So that will be multiplied by 2 times and it will be 2000. Similarly, if it is 3 times, it will be multiplied by 3 and it will become 3000. Okay. Same can be done for any Roman numeral. Now the second rule under this rule of repetition only, symbol I, X and C and M can be repeated 3 times at maximum. That means maximum you can repeat that symbol 3 times, not more than 3 times you can use it. Like, see the example here. If the Hindu Arabic numeral is 1, for Roman numeral we will write 1 times I, then 2 times I, then 3 we can write 3 times I. But for 4 we cannot write 4 times I. This is wrong. For 4, we know we used to write I, V. Okay. 4 cannot be represented by using 4 I's. It is written by I, V. Okay. So this is the correct way. That means these symbols can be repeated maximum 3 times. Now, rule of repetition under that third rule is symbols V, L and D are never repeated. That is, symbols for 5, 50 and 500 cannot be repeated. So keep in mind, these symbols V, L and D cannot be repeated. That means if I want to write 10, I cannot write VV because V stands for 5. So 5 2s are 10 makes, but we cannot use this symbol 2 times. So that is the wrong method. And for 10 we have to write only X. So this is the correct method. So we have to keep in mind that V, L and D. V is for 5, L is for 50. This much only you have to keep in mind, that these symbols will not be repeated any time. Okay. Then second rule is, if a symbol of smaller value is written to the right of the symbol of higher value. What they are saying? Smaller value is written to the right side. Where? Right side of a symbol of higher value, we add the smaller value to the greater value. We are supposed to add that value to the greater value which is on the left hand side. Now see here, the example is xi. X is for 10 and I is for 1. So as we can see, 10 is the greater number and 1 is the smaller number. So we can see here a symbol of smaller value, that is 1, is written to the right side of symbol of higher value, that is 10. So 1 is written to the right side of 10. We add the smaller value to the greater value. What they are saying? We have to add. So we will add. So 10 plus 1 will make 11. Okay. Like this, if I want to write X, I. So for X, it stands 10. For I, 1. 2 times I, that means 2 ones are 2. So it will be 2. So I will add these numbers and it will make my number 12. Okay. Now the last rule of Roman numeral is rule of subtraction. If a symbol of smaller value is to the left of a symbol of higher value, what they are saying? Left. Second rule was about right side. So keep in mind, if it is right side, we have to add, and if it is on the left side, we have to subtract. Common thing. If we are going opposite, we have to do the opposite action also. So we have to subtract the smaller value from the higher value. Now see the example XC. Now C stands for 100 and X stands for 10. So 100 is the bigger one and 10 is smaller one. So for XC, what we have to do here? From 100, 10 will be subtracted. From 100, that 10 will be subtracted because X is written on the left side of the C, which is 100. So 100 minus 10 will be 90. Okay. Now suppose I give you one more example. It is XL. Now we know L is for 50 and X is for 10. So 50 minus 10 will be there. That means 10 will be subtracted from 50 and it will make our new number, that is 40. So this is the rule of subtraction. If the smaller number is written on the left side of the higher number, we have to subtract it, and if smaller number is written on right side, we have to add it. That is the rule of addition. Now the next rule under subtraction is the symbols V, L and D cannot be subtracted from any number. This is very important. These symbols will never be subtracted from any number. Like 95 is there, we cannot write 100 minus 5. That is VC. We have to always represent like 90 plus 5, that is 90 is 100 minus 10, that will make 90. 90 is for X and C, and V is for 5, and we can see 5 is smaller number, so it is written on the right hand side, so we will add that number and it will make our number 95. So this is the rule, and these rules you have to write in your notebooks also. Now third, and this is the last rule, and this is very important, which you have to write in your notebook and remember very well. The rule is I, X and C are used to subtract always, and there are just 6 combinations which will make your calculations easy, and you can keep in mind also all these things. I, V. V is for 5. I is on left side, so minus 1. 5 minus 1, 4. I, X, that is 10 minus 1, 9. X, L, 50 minus 10, so 40. L is for 50. X is for 10, so 50 minus 10 is 40. X, C, that is 100 minus 10. C for 100. X for 10. So 100 minus 10, 90. So this way you have to go and keep in mind, and also learn twice or thrice so that you can remember it very well. So once again I am saying this, go through the video again and again and learn the concept. Okay, so we'll meet in the next video for solving our sums.